what is the role of a piano lesson, a private piano lesson in the 21st century, like in 2022?
I mean, I love the piano because I of course want everyone to take piano lessons because I'm biased towards this particular instrument. I play lots of instruments and it is the one that I loved the most and it is the one that I chose out of all the other ones to study. And so definitely very biased. I do think though, like more broadly, it doesn't matter what instrument you choose when you're little, as long as that passion is developed for music and self-expression and communication. Because people can bounce around and play different instruments as they choose. I mean, I play the harp at the amateur level, I play the guitar and I play the organ um, and so those are all really great skills to have, to be, especially as a working musician, to be able to play multiple instruments. It just makes you more hireable.
Did you start on
Um,
the harp or guitar or something other than piano, or was piano?
I, I started on piano when I was about 3, but my sister played the harp and the piano, and she was about 3 years older than me. So I think I was about 6 before they let me start playing harp. And then I did harp and piano pretty equally up until I was about 13. And then my parents were like, well, if you're actually going to go to conservatory, you have to pick one of these and like really focus on it. So I picked the piano because I could play loud and I could play really fast. And that was really attractive to me as a 13-year-old. And looking back on it, might not have been the smartest decision, but I felt at the time it allowed me the greatest opportunity for self-expression that I needed at that moment. That was the best medium for me during that time.
I can just
Um,
imagine you're like a really like, not you specifically, but anyone out there who's like really angsty
yes.
teenager, preteen, and then you got to like sit at the harp and like strum this like beautiful.
No, it's
I
just
mean,
not the
there's
same.
nasty sounds you could make, like really good nasty sounds with
Oh,
the harp, but it's yeah, I understand.
absolutely. It was all like Rachmaninoff
Yeah,
and, Brahms. That's all I wanted to play on the piano. And then, I'd hang out with my friends and it was like Tori Amos and Fiona Apple. And like they would sing and I would play piano. And it wouldn't have quite the same effect on the harp.
yeah,
You're right, to really express that angst that I had at the time. Um,
right.
so, to kind of get back to your question, I think that the purpose of any music lesson right now in the 20th century is just to provide another opportunity for self-expression and communication for a young person. And I would love for it to be on piano because I think it's a wonderful instrument where you can learn, you know, um, can focus on becoming more ambidextrous. You work on your left hand as, or your non-dominant hand. And that's really great. For fine motor skills, it's excellent. For learning theory, it's excellent. For being able to be an entire orchestra in one, it's really fun.
Right.
So I think it is, that's why most composers play and compose at the piano, and conductors learn how to play the piano.
Yeah. It's it's very visual too. Like there's a visual aspect of seeing, the hand-eye coordination can develop in a really special way, I think, with piano playing.
Yeah.
Um, there's something that I don't know, there's something really profound there that I can't actually put my finger on. No pun intended, but man, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Cut that out. That will just be click. Uh, yeah. So there is something profound about learning the piano and seeing everything there for you. Like you're mentioning how composers become pianists a lot, or pianists become composers a lot, however you want to think of it. Um, and I see other, you know, there's a different sensitivity to notes, I think, naturally there when you play wind or string or voice or, anything else. Because you don't just press a button and it comes
Yeah.
up. But there's this like seeing like the macro level of music is very unique to the piano.